Take yourself back to 1912 and you're lying in a deck chair on the deck of the largest and most luxurious ocean liner the world had ever seen, loving life, steaming across the Atlantic. But that was all about to change, because on April the 15th at 2:15 a.m, the Titanic struck an iceberg not far from here and met its peril, and 1,495 people died. We're at the Maritime Museum of the Atlantic in Halifax, full of rich maritime heritage, including the most famous disaster of all time. These artefacts were all pulled from the water within weeks of the sinking by ships from Halifax searching for Titanic victims. The exhibit features wooden artefacts collected at the scene of the disaster, including one of the only Titanic deck chairs known to exist. Elsewhere in the city of Halifax, one can experience other reminders of the Titanic, and a visit to one of the city's 3 cemeteries will certainly bring home the magnitude of the disaster.
The story of the Titanic's tragic demise with the loss of so many lives is really well documented. Of the 209 bodies recovered from the icy waters and brought to Halifax, only 59 were ever identified. And of the 150 souls laid to rest in this Halifax cemetery, every one has a story waiting to be told. Buried here was the only child ever recovered, a 2-year-old baby boy who was never identified, most likely because his parents did not survive the disaster. The unknown bodies were numbered, and this number is engraved into the simple granite headstones marking the graves today. And then there were the people that were never found, like Charles Melville Hayes, a renowned businessman and philanthropist. Famous for building the network of world-class Fairmont hotels along Canada's spectacular rail network, this multi-millionaire was given a ticket on Titanic's maiden voyage by a friend as a gift. It was the trip of a lifetime on the unsinkable ship. Another incredible story is that of William Denton Cox. Now, he was a young steward working on the boat, and he did something quite remarkable. He was an absolute hero. You see, all of the third-class passengers were locked below decks, but he went back, opened it up, and guided them to the surface. Now, they got onto the top deck and had a chance to escape. He saved hundreds of lives on the night, but unfortunately, he lost his own. Now, if you think that this tragedy didn't affect Australians, well, think of Arthur McRae from New South Wales, who tragically lost his life at the age of 32 on the Titanic. Now, I've got to tell you, wandering through this cemetery really gives you an enormous sense of loss for people that you've never even met. To get to Canada and back, we chose to fly with China Airlines. Why not treat yourself and upgrade to China Airlines Business or Dynasty class and get ready for the VIP treatment? Dynasty class travellers who are checking in at Taiwan's international airport hand over their luggage at the very impressive VIP check-in counter before kicking back in the Dynasty lounge. And on board, there's no shortage of things to do for the restless traveller. Fantastic service, an exquisite menu, and to top it all off, luxurious reclining seats. China Airlines has regular flights from Australia to Vancouver departing from the eastern seaboard. To find out more, visit china-airlines.com.
We're at the start of the Cabot Trail, a 300-kilometre drive in Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, and this is considered one of the world's best drives.
It's great, I can't wait. It's got everything. Mountains, rugged ocean, rivers, spectacular forest, fishing village, and we're doing it all in the autumn time. This
mate.
is so good.
Now listen, Trev,
Yeah.
leave the driving to me. okay?
Nige, wrong side of the car, wrong side of the
Hey,
road.
mate, you're in safe hands, okay? It's going to be like Nige and Trev's Great Adventures. Come on. Come on, Trev.
Oh, no.
Put your belt on quick, that's really important.
The Nova Scotia region of Canada is truly beautiful, but its history is just as fascinating. The first thing you'll notice is that there are many towns here with the same name as those in Scotland. The second is that many of the signs are written in English and Gaelic. Now, this is because Nova Scotia, or translated New Scotland, was inhabited for hundreds of years on and off by Scottish fishermen. Wow, Nige, this place is just spectacular, isn't it?
I know, it's amazing.
Oh, beautiful scenery.
Yeah, there's a lot more of it, mate, so we better get going.
All right.
Come on.
Oh.
Here we go. Maples, elms, ashes and birches explode with wonderful tones of yellow, orange, copper and red. A sight I'll never forget. Along the mountainous drive, you are spoilt with amazing views back down to the ocean. And before you know it, you're winding down towards it again, crossing over streams and rivers. There's just so much to see along the Cabot Trail, the wonderful trees, the occasional wildlife sighting, and intimate little streams like this one. It's perfect for the nature lover and adventurer, such as myself.
For more information on this fantastic place, visit canada.travel. There is nothing like finding a beautiful, tranquil spot like this to sit back, relax, take in the environment and contemplate. And Canada, well, it's just full of these magnificent locations.
After the break, Trevor shows us an amazing garden in Halifax. You could win a trip for two to Eastern Canada simply by entering our competition, and then you'd have a ball, just like us.
The lucky winners will enjoy a 7-day tour taking them through Toronto, the Niagara Falls, Montreal, Quebec City and Halifax. Valued at over $13,000, this fantastic prize has been put together by the travel experts at Sensational Canada, and it includes accommodation, airfares and rail passes. To enter, follow the links at www.gurusexplore.tv.